Diamond Director Megan Wolfenden to talk about the snowball effect.
So if you knew what I knew, she'll be yours tonight. Yeah.
Hi everybody, how's it going? Are you having fun? Are you learning something? You know, every time I come to conference, I learn something new and I get that jab of adrenaline. I get excited and I leave here. Turns out I often sponsor people straight after conference because that excitement, I just talk to people and they want to be part of that excitement. So when you leave here, I want that for you as well. You know, one of the things this morning that I wrote down was when Scott did that 5-minute video, there were so many gems in there. And one of the things he said was, make every day your best day. Did you hear that? What a wonderful piece of advice when you wake up in the morning. When you wake up and say, today is going to be my best day. You can ignore what happened yesterday and move on and make today your best day. If you do that every single day, you are compounding all the good things that you've made happen in your life. So is that a good one to live by? Yes. I really appreciated what Craig said actually because it made me think of some stories of when we've been building our business and some stories of some of my team and certain things I can look back on now and laugh. And I'm going to borrow a story of my mother-in-law, Val Wolfenden, who's in the audience over there. Hi, Val. And one of her great stories that I just can't forget, she had been working the business very, very hard, doing lots and lots of presentations. And she was driving out in the country with some of her team members. And they had been driving a long time. They got lost. And they finally ended up at the location, at this address where they were supposed to give a presentation. And they arrived there, and there was a broken down caravan. So they go into this caravan, and they start to give their presentation. And there are dogs filling the caravan, and then there are chickens filling the caravan, and halfway through the presentation, the billy goat enters the caravan. Now the goat starts eating their props, eating their product, and you know they're trying to do this with a smile on their face. Needless to say, they didn't actually sponsor in that presentation. We do look back and think how funny it is that you can be giving a presentation to a goat. But these are the things that happen when we build this business. Now, had she not had belief in herself and know that she was going to have success, that could have been a pivotal moment where she could have quit. And I have a similar story of myself where I was with a team member in Malaysia, and we went to a lady's house to give a presentation, and she just had a baby. So we had a baby present, and she really wanted to join the business because she wanted something to do while she was home with the baby. So she was very, very excited to hear about it. And we walked in and her husband was home. He was normally at work, but he was home on this particular day. And he believed we were there to see the baby, which we were, but we very much set this presentation up that it was a business presentation. Anyway, as we pulled out our computer and start giving the business presentation, he kicks us out of the house. Now, how often do you think it happens that you get kicked out of a house? It doesn't happen that often, but it happens. And you know what? The lady that I was with, she was very new to network marketing. And she didn't have belief in herself, and she didn't have the knowledge that these sort of things happen. So I had to stick very closely with her and help her build her belief in herself, in the industry, and in the fact that she could be successful. So if you do come across these scary times that Craig talked about, you've got to make sure that you have belief in yourself, that you have belief in Jeunesse and Jeunesse's products, because it's the belief in all of those things and very, very strong goals that will get you there. But I wanted to talk about a couple of habits, a couple of things that you can do to make sure that every day you're doing that little bit better. Little improvements in what you do to build your business can have very, very big compounding effects. So if you always think, I'm going to have the 1% rule. Every day, I'm going to be my best. Every day, I'm going to go 1% better. Well, when you do that, you find that you get the compounding effects of growing your business. Jim Rohn says, success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. It is these compounding actions that can really create your success. Now, one of the things I like to do is, we've all got our goals, we all know where we're headed. We need to schedule in everything around our priorities. So you need to know each month, each week, each day, what it is you're going to do for your Jeunesse business to become more and more successful. And so you schedule things around priorities. Now, sometimes you'll hear people, or you'll even say, you know, I've got to work on time management. Do you know what? We can't manage time. Time continues no matter what. But what we can manage is our priorities and our self-discipline. And so what we do, once we've got our schedule of priorities, you want to be working on those priorities every day, making sure that they're getting you towards your goals. But sometimes, I think it was Tracy that said it, life happens. So if life happens, you've got to put some fires out. Sometimes you miss some of your key actions that you have to do every day to build your business. So one of the rules I like to think about is the never miss twice rule. So let's say you had a plan that you're going to call 3 prospects today. And the plan was starting underway, you're having a good day, and then suddenly there's a fire to put out. And you miss taking those massive actions. You miss taking action on your priority. If you have a rule called the never miss twice rule, it means that the next day, no matter what, you will get those priority tasks done from yesterday and do your priority tasks today. This is how you stop any bad activity from happening and then compound the good activity. You catch up on those important action items that you need to do. Now, often when we see something really big happen for somebody, we think of it as a one big event. If somebody's lost 10 kilos, or if they've won the Tour de France, or if they're standing up here as an emerald, we think of those as one big event, but they're not. There are lots and lots and lots of good choices, lots and lots of good activities every single day that has led that person to that success. As you know, with weight loss, it isn't constant, it isn't straight up. And you know, where Craig showed that picture of life going like this, you've got to understand that there is that movement to get to a goal, and it's repeating good activities every single day that will compound and that will get you to that massive big result. But it is the daily actions that will, if prioritized, will really help you with that, with getting there. Now, we all have habits, good habits and bad habits, things that we know we just do. On a daily basis, we've got our good habits and our bad habits. If I was going to spend longer here with you today, I would ask you to write down your habits. What are the good habits that are serving you? What do you do in your Jeunesse business that helps you create momentum, excitement, volume, and move to the next rank? Write those habits down, but also write down the habits that are not serving you. What habits do you have that are time wasting, that are detrimental to your success? The idea is we have to take control of our habits, take control of those bad habits, and improve on the good habits. Now, there's a couple of activities that we do in Jeunesse that are really, really going to help you build your business. And Kanwa talked about it this morning. The more you sponsor people, the faster your business will grow. So if you think about those activities around sponsoring people, how many prospecting calls do you make a week? Are you focused on talking to new prospects, your own and those of your downline, on a daily basis? Think of that most important activity, that prospecting activity and that follow-up activity, those phone calls and those get-togethers. Are you giving 100%? Tomorrow, can you give 1% more? The next day, can you give 1% more? Because it is about building on these great habits that will really see you get to that massive success. In the end, you'll think, wow, one big action, I got to emerald, I got to diamond. But as you know, it's these daily activities where you tell yourself, today I'm going to have my best day, I'm going to be even better today. That is where you get the incredible results. And again, we're coming back to habits. And one of the habits that Tracy mentioned was the habit of reading good books of personal development. Turn prospecting calls into habits. Make that something you do. When you turn something into a habit, you then start perfecting it and get better and better and better at it. And so now I want you to think about how many people are you going to sponsor when you leave convention? You've got the excitement, you've got the knowledge, and now it's about getting the urgency, bringing those habits and speeding things up and getting that urgency around them. I want to do a survey. You can't lose on this one, but I want to know, has anybody yet bought their event packs? Anyone go out at lunchtime and buy their event packs? Hands up. You know what? Stand up. If you've bought event packs already, stand up. Woo! Give them a clap. Oh, yes. Very good. Thank you. Now, I know a lot of you were talking to team and looking after your team, but I just wanted to make sure I had those packs. I was so excited. I went and got the packs, and then I sent out the emails, the texts to friends, and said, guys, the packs are up. Make sure you get hold of them. Okay, who's already sent some texts out to tell people to buy packs? Oh, man, that's cool. Well done. Now, it is building on those great activities. So you've just taken action. You've told your team about the packs. Now you want to help your team and see how they can go up in rank, as the guys talked about, go up in rank. Incremental changes in what you do will improve your business like you wouldn't believe. So I want you to think about, as you leave today, that 1% improvement. Every day, how can I do things 1% better? And then let's think about the momentum around that. If I talk to you about a snowball, we're going to create a snowball. If you haven't been to the snow, put it on your goals list, because the snow is so much fun. Even better, let's hope that Jeunesse is going to take us to a trip one day in the snow. Make sure you get on that trip. So you pick up let's say you pick up the snow with your bare hands. It's a bit cold, and you start packing the snow together. And you pick up a bit more snow, and you pack it together. And it's getting a bit uncomfortable, okay? You can think of this as when you're building your business. It's a bit uncomfortable, a bit of hard work, and you're picking up some more snow. And finally, the snowball's getting so big, you've got to put it on the ground and start putting snow on it. And suddenly you're getting very cold, your hands are freezing, they're getting that really icy at the end, and you're rolling the snowball, and your back's starting to hurt, and you're doing all the effort by yourself. There's no momentum, you're not yet getting any help. It's all about doing it, rolling that snowball and rolling the snowball. You can quit and you've achieved a small snowball, but if you keep pushing and you finally get to that point where gravity is assisting you and momentum is taking off, then your snowball will take off beyond anything you could have achieved by yourself. That's what you can do in this business. You start working hard, you're packing the snow in, you're making all the efforts yourself, and then you're sort of getting bigger and bigger, but it's still a lot of work, and finally, when you get that snowball rolling and gravity helps you, that's when your business is taking off and you've got a lot of leaders in your business. And it's through all of these small actions where you can get to that point where you have a lot of leaders and your business starts to really, really grow. So the beginning time is the hardest time. That's when you're really putting in a lot of effort and hard work and not necessarily seeing the results. So you want to make sure that you're doing the activities that get you there even before you start seeing the results. Results will come in your business as you help more and more people, as you start to get people who want to duplicate what you're doing and they're out there helping other people as well. So Scott did say it this morning, the more people you can help, the more successful you will be. So take those small actions that get you into the habit of building a very successful business without quitting. So basically, it was just a quick talk from me. I want you to focus on the 1% improvement. How can I improve every day? How can I make today my best day? Make sure that you're doing the prospecting calls. Make sure that you're doing the follow-up calls. The follow-up calls are so important. Those people are new and have no belief in the business or anything like that. You've got to help them to get through their hurdles, help them to start to reach their goals. The teaching in this business is so important, and as you heard, there's so many free resources on the web for you to learn from. So keep doing that education on YouTube and keep learning how to build this business. Every single day, 1% improvement. Get your business duplicating, and then finally you will have a business that you're very, very proud of, and you can stand up here and be recognised for all those individual days of effort. So I hope that you have a wonderful convention. I hope that you've all got your packs bought very, very quickly. I don't know if they'll run out, but I wasn't going to risk that, okay? So just remember, there will be some great stories. You will have, you know, the goat in the caravan that you're giving a presentation to, and you will get an opportunity to tell your stories when you persevere through those and you don't quit. Thanks very much, everybody.